Have you ever thought about going to the junkyard and buying a used part, say something like a starter or something like that? And and once you get there and you buy it, you might configure if you buy it. It could be bad, it could not. You don't really know. So I found this thing here on Amazon. This is an adapter to a Ryobi 18-volt battery, to where you can actually use these ends once you put it on top of the battery to power like motors, for example. So I'm gonna give you an example here, but I'm gonna show you what else is gonna be cool with this here in a minute. So if you take this starter motor, let me see, I got a little motor here. Let me take the thing off the positive side here. So if you take this little motor here, for example, let's see if we can turn it up so you can actually see the bushings in there. And if let's cut this on. It actually has an off and on button on it as well right here. So we turn that on. We put this on the positive here. I think this is the negative. Let me see here. No, this is the negative here, I believe. Hold on. Let me cook that up. Hold up. Wait a minute. You can see how that bushing engages and you hear it clicking. So if you was in a junkyard, you'd be like, oh, okay. Well, this at least works. So that was the, ooh, man, wow. That actually touched the wires and it burnt. That's okay. That's the whole idea behind initially getting this. But look, you may be wondering here, like I have a spade connector up here, if you can see this here. And so another idea I had after I got it, I was like, oh, I actually have a Pinecil soldering iron, and you need at least 12 watts for this to actually function correctly. So I got the idea that I got me a DC barrel connector that fits in here. And if I put the reciprocal spade connectors on this unit, I can then plug these two sides together and have that flexibility to use this as a portable power unit for my Pinecil. But if I need to take this apart to still use these two ends here for power, I can do that. So that's what this video is going to be about, is just making this here. So I got this spade connectors here, and really all I got to do now is just solder the other one on, and we're going to solder the other one on. I just want to give you a demonstration of how it's going to work with my Pinecil. So in case of anybody's wondering, you can also probably do other things with this adapter as well. I got this adapter here from Amazon, and it was, I believe, it was like $14. And they also have other ones, like if you got a Milwaukee batteries or DeWalt or any other brand, you probably can find one. But I just so happened to find this one here. And because again, you actually can still, you see how you got plus and minus. I don't know if you can see that plus and minus, right? You can actually still hook leads to this and test stuff without this, but this just makes it a lot more convenient. So I got my other spade connectors here. Let me get two of those out. Get this here and get everything here ready. We'll solder this really quick. This wouldn't take long. One other thing I want to show you. Let me take this off of here and show you something if I can focus on it. Yeah, if you look down in here, let me get I got another flashlight out here. Yeah, I got one right here. I can use this headlamp here. If you look down inside of here, you can see that you got bolts in there. You got two terminals in here. So basically this thing is easily repairable if something was to happen to it. So really just having this form factor right here that will click onto your battery set. I don't know if you can hear that, but I hope it to pick it up. Let's see if you can hear this click. See how that clicks in place just like the tool would click onto the battery? That's the major thing you want, is just that form factor, so you can already have that. And it's easily repairable if it comes down to it, so you can repair this quite easy. So let's just go ahead and take this off of here. Let's do this setup. Wow. Let me go ahead and plug up my soldering iron. I'm going to plug that up with a USB cord over here, but as you can see here, the soldering iron has a barrel connector here, DC barrel connector, and USB-C. But I'm using the barrel connector obviously because that's a DC connection, and I'm going to be mainly using it with my battery. So that way I don't have to take up a plug on the side of my cart here. So let me go ahead and plug this up. By the way, this Pinecil here is freaking awesome. Let me tell you right now, this thing is freaking awesome. I would highly recommend if you need a good soldering iron. As you can see right now, this thing is giving this 21 volts, which again, that's going to get us a good wattage. So you go ahead and hit plus and cut it on, and look how fast this thing heats up. I set it to, I think 400 degrees, I believe, or 385 or something like that. Yeah, I set it to 400. See how quick it's 400 degrees already, just that fast. This thing was only like 40 bucks. I believe if you go to the Pinecil website, they're like $25, but you're going to have to pay for, I think, shipping for like, so basically you're still going to pay around $40. So if you got it from Amazon, the biggest advantage is that it'll ship fast. And if you don't like it, you can return it really easily. So let me let that sit there while I rig up everything here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this spade up here on this side. Just lay that in there right nice and neat. All right, I'll just lay that. I got that in there. And this is just going to be some, again, I'm not that good at soldering, but this is going to be good enough here if I just leave that laying there. Let me get my, where's my solder at? Oh, there you go. And we're just going to solder this in place, and it's really easy. Just like that. Again, like I said, if you're trying to get into soldering anything, soldering little simple things like this and wires are a really good gateway to get you in the game. So let's go ahead and heat this up, and let's solder this really well. Go ahead and solder this. Oh, let me tend my tip a little bit. Okay, got that. Tend that just a little bit, put that there. I love this solder now. It's so, because it's just, I don't know, it's just something about how smooth it just works. Something about it. I just don't know how to, again, like I said, I'm not that good with soldering. I'm not a big soldering aficionado, if you will, but I've had to clean that off a little bit. But it works well. Right now, that's up there really good. I can tell, and that's really hot. I know it is. So where's my pliers at? I got to get my pliers out to, let's see. Oh, my God. I put them in my drawer right in front of the camera here. Let's see here. I might can get a pair. Maybe these will do it. Let's see. Where did my other pliers go? I think this is it here. So anyway, I'll just take these right here. I wanted the, oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for, these. Sorry about that. I had these pliers here because I like these pliers here. These pliers here. These are the Nyko wire cutters right here. These are really good. I have all this stuff linked in the description if you are interested. But wow, I got to say, this is a good setup here. And again, if you're interested, see how, I know you probably can't tell, but I'm pulling that kind of hard and that's not coming off. Soldered really good. So we're just going to fold down these little tabs here. And then I want to make sure that I'm going to put some shrink wrap over this. So that way it'll be nice and covered up here. Put everything down here. All right, so I'm going to pull that shrink wrap up like I did on my other side over here. Oh my, I hope I heated it up too much. It actually melted my shrink wrap. Let's see, maybe it didn't melt it too much. I can fix that later. I ain't gonna worry about that right now. I'll fix this part later. I'll do my shrink wrap on that later. All right, so now that we have this here in place, you can now put the opposite end here. And now, one thing I would tell you, if you need to check the polarity on these wires. I don't have my what you call handy, but if I get a chance in this video, I'll show you how to check the polarity in your wires and know if you got. Make sure you put positive on positive side and negative on negative side. It's really easy. Basically, the outside of the barrel is negative and the inside is positive. So you just put continuity on your multimeter, touch one wire, and touch the outside of the barrel and the inside. If it's the outside that gives you the sound, it is the negative wire. So you would make note that's the negative wire. Is the positive. If you touch the barrel on the inside, obviously that is the positive wire. You would note that wire is the positive wire. First, we're going to slip our little slip cover here. Same deal here. We're gonna put that in there, and we're going to solder that in place. And let me lay my pliers on that to hold that in place there a little bit, because that doesn't want to hold. But anyway, this setup right here for a DIY probably will hold up. Now, if you was working in a shop and having to take this thing apart a lot, it probably wouldn't hold up. But these spades should hold up, because I probably am not going to be taking them apart all that often. It's just going to be probably once in a while I may need to take them apart. So let me go ahead and solder this. And then once we solder this here, should be good. Okay, put that there. See this here. Okay, seems to be good. Put a little more there. Okay, let me clean my soldering iron off. Okay, there we go. Now, that's pretty much that. So that's it. I mean, so let me give it a little tug test here to show you that it's up there really good. See how good that's up there? I'm pulling that pretty hard. So now we're just going to fold this down here. Fold these little tabs. That's some little tabs on the end you got to fold down. And let's see. Fold that down. This thing here is a little, get them in a good position here. All right, almost got this guy down. Almost. This guy went one of them went the other way, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. That's good enough. Well, almost. Let me squeeze it a little bit more. Just doing that off camera there. Just want to get that in place. So there you have it. That's good enough. And then you just slide this right here, right over that, so that way you have some protection against double polarities. So again, if you want to know what's positive and what's negative, you just you can do the continuity test on this. And what I'll do is I'll run inside right quick, and I will be right back, and I'll go get my multimeter. All right, so we're back here with the Fluke, and what we're going to do, because I don't remember which one of these wires is positive or negative. So basically, you take one wire, it doesn't matter which one. Let's just say this one here. You just put your negative lead on there. I got a little blue clamp here. That's my negative. And I go over here and I touch the outside the barrel first. So that means that that lead is negative, because if I go to positive on the inside, I hear nothing. So I know that's negative, and that's all I need to know at this point. But if you want it, but just to be thorough, we'll do positive as well, and I'll show you. If you put this on the positive side here, and if you now stick it in, then you put it on the outside, you hear nothing. But you put it on the inside. Let's see, if you put it on the inside, you hear. See, on the side of the barrel. So you know that this side here is positive. It's just that simple. So what we're going to do is go ahead and push the positive spade in there while we have this, so we know that that one goes in there. All right, and then we're going to take this side here and push the negative spade in here, because we know that one goes there. It's just that simple. So now, you know, I got to fix my, let me move this out of the way really quick. So the whole point of me putting the protectors on, I want to show you. I'll fix my other shrink wrap thing here later. But if you look at this here, see how this right here, the shrink wrap is covering all this, and the plastic is covering this, is keeping everything from touching. Now I just got to fix the shrink wrap on this side. But I'm gonna go ahead and since this, you know, just for this video here. Oh, it actually moved. Okay, so we can actually go ahead and fix this one there. Let's take that. Oh, I can get that spade apart. That thing is in there. See, can we get that apart there? All right, there we go. All right, so you take and push this thing up high as you can on the spade here. And again, because that thing shrunk a little bit, push it up on the spade as high as you can. At least that's what I'm doing to make sure we don't have anything touched. Then you just take most people say don't put a flame on these, but you can if you're careful. Just put the flame on it. Just kind of wave it and roll it. You know, just don't be too much and too long in one spot. Just kind of do this right here, and it'll work out just fine for you. It won't burn. You won't really have any issues. So there you have it. So that's up there. You see how that shrunk in place really nicely. Got a little soot on it, but that's okay. All right, so now let's put everything together. That might be a little hot, but let's put everything together. And we're now going to test out the Pinecil with it to show you how this would work. Put that together. Now we look at it, both leads are completely protected from touching each other, so you don't have to worry about it. And again, for the most part, they're going to stay like this semi-permanently because again, I'm rarely going to have a need to take these spades apart. But if I do need to take them apart, I have that option, and that's all I want. Okay, so and don't forget I got an off switch right here. That's good. Let's leave that off for right now. So now plug that in. Let's take the Pinecil, which is here. We're gonna unplug the USB, which is plugged into the outlet here. There is no power going to it. Okay. Here is the cord, the barrel connector, right here coming from here. This is the barrel connector, right here coming from this battery. So now we plug this into here. Let's see what we get. And then don't forget we got to cut it on. Let's cut it on right here. And there you have it, 21 volts. And if we hit the plus, and the plus sign just tells it to wake up. And look how fast that heats to 400 degrees. Even though it's already kind of hot, but still, it functions just like the PD 3.0 charger that I have plugged up. So there you have it. So anyway, that's the end of this video. I just wanted to show you guys that if you wanted to have a adapter here for your Ryobi battery, where you can actually make it functional, where you can disconnect these two parts, use these for testing parts, say at a junkyard or at home or anything, you can do that. But you also can have this cord, this DC cord here, which is going to be only thing I'm gonna plug into this now instead of having to use an outlet over there on the side. And that's it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Everything is linked in the pinned comment below. You guys take care, and I will see you very soon.